My name is Shreyas. Lena, you want to say hi?
My name is Alina.
All right, so let's get started. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Today, I want to introduce you to Silent Signal, an AI-powered tool designed to hear the cries of people who can't speak up, because sometimes the loudest cries are silent ones. Oh, how do I change screen? There we go. It all started with a message. A friend texted me, and something just felt off. Not the words themselves, but the tone, the silence between the lines. And I couldn't stop wondering, how many cries for help go unnoticed every day? More than 1 in 4 people globally experience emotional or psychological distress, but over 60% never reach out because they're afraid, ashamed, or in danger. The problem isn't just silence, it's that we don't yet have a system that hears it. Let's break this down. A teen being cyberbullied, a domestic abuse victim who can't safely ask for help, a working professional smiling on the outside but breaking down on the inside. All of them are struggling, but most won't even say it out loud. And the truth is, most of us miss the signs. Even when we care, we don't always know what to look for. So what do we have right now? Therapy apps, hotlines, mental health platforms. They're helpful, but they all share the same limitations. First, they rely on the user to initiate contact. Second, they aren't always discreet, which can be dangerous in some situations. And third, they tend to react after something happens. What's missing is a way to intervene early, privately, and intelligently before the crisis. That's why we built Silent Signal, an AI-powered tool that listens when no one else can. It continuously analyzes a user's text, voice, and behavioral patterns to detect early signs of distress, emotional decline, or even abuse. But instead of triggering an alert or flagging a report, Silent Signal discreetly checks in with the user when it detects something concerning. A solution. For those in unsafe situations, the app can be disguised as a calculator or notes app, protecting the user's privacy. Inside, users can chat with a personalized AI support bot that follows the same sort of method as ChatGPT or some sort of question response answer that listens and responds in real time. If they're ready, they can connect with verified human support like crisis lines or community counselors. And if it's not a crisis, maybe just a bad day, the app offers self-care nudges, quick breathing exercises, game breaks, or hydration reminders. It's simple, sensitive, and always there when needed. This allows it to appear to a larger target audience. So how does it work? Silent Signal doesn't just read words, it reads between the lines. It looks for red flags like sudden shifts in tone or typing speed, repetitive emotional phrases, changes in sleep or messaging patterns, or even subtle vocal cues like shakiness or flat effect. These aren't just guesses, they're early warning signs backed by behavioral science and machine learning. Silent Signal uses natural language processing to catch more than just words. It recognizes synonyms, slang, tone shifts, and even subtle vocal cues. With machine learning, it adapts to each user's normal patterns, spotting red flags the moment something feels off. In addition, we also analyze Kaggle data sets to find specific instances where there's been abusive text, and we compile them. So let's zoom out and look at the numbers. Over 700 million people worldwide suffer from mental health issues. In the US alone, 1 in 7 children have experienced abuse or neglect in the past year. Nearly 50% of teens say they don't feel comfortable speaking openly about mental health, even with friends. And among abuse victims, 74% of women say it took them years to reach out, if they ever did. These numbers aren't just statistics. They're proof that a silent crisis is happening all around us, and current tools aren't built to intercept it early, privately, or safely. Silent Signal fills that gap. Here's a look at the app in action. On the outside, it looks just like any basic calculator or notes app, nothing unusual. But for serious cases, it's a lifeline, quietly monitoring for signs of emotional distress and giving users an outlet that's instant, private, and pressure-free. It's there when it matters most, without drawing attention. As you can see, here's an example of how it might work. So there's a calculator simulation on the left, and with some sort of code, it would be able to redirect it to a different website that would, depending on the severity of the situation and the messages they've been using on all sorts of platforms, it would be able to give them a response targeted to their situation. Silent Signal isn't just an app, it's a shift in how we respond to silence. We envision a world where no one is forced to suffer invisibly, where AI isn't just used for productivity, but for protection, where a quiet cry doesn't go unheard. Whether it's a teenager overwhelmed with school, a partner trapped in abuse, or a lonely voice in a crowd, Silent Signal is built to hear them all and help them take their next step forward. Thank you. We're Silent Signal, and we're here to hear the unheard. So that's it. Thank you, judges.